you, Joe. Thank you for adjusting my microphone. What the hell? I'm not sure yet. You know, when you get older, you shrink and you might get bigger. I just got bigger, but I haven't gotten short yet. That's better. There we go. What's wrong with you? The hat on too tight? Good Lord. How's everybody doing tonight? You all doing good? Yes. I'm gonna go anywhere. You know, I told my kids tonight that my kids go, Daddy, how long are you gonna be gone tonight? I said the whole time. The whole time. So my name is Jerry Dymond. I spell my last name with a Y, not an I, because I'm poor. How poor am I? Recently, a credit card company calls me up and says, hey, Mr. Dymond, you know it's $10,000 back credit card payments. Like, yeah. Well, you were going to pay us? Like, yeah. When I get the money, you'll get the money. Like, are you working? Do you have a job or anything like that? I said, yes, I do. What do you do for a living, Mr. Dymond? I said, I'm a stand-up comedian. How's that working out for you? I'm like, have you received any money from me yet? They're still waiting. I am the oldest of 4 brothers and 1 sister, and none of them look like me or take after me. Full of disappointments, you know. They say when you're the oldest child, as Joe was saying, that, you know, try to teach them things, you know, for a better education in life. Every one of them dropped out of high school. I'm the only one that graduated high school and went to college one year. The rest of them all dropped out, chasing women that didn't love them, and, you know, running around doing drugs, thinking, ooh, that's pretty cool, you know, and it wasn't. So, you know, disappointments. And here's the thing that sucks about being the oldest child, is that when you get these clothes, I wear goofy clothes. I was born to be in a circus, for Christ's sakes. My parents must know I was going to be a comedian when I was a young kid, because when they used to dress me up for a picture day in school, I'd be like in a tie, a red bright tie, and I have a little alligator on my shirt and everything out. It was ridiculous. It looked like Bozo the Clown, for Christ's sakes. I had really bright red hair back when I was a kid. And boy, let me tell you, the picture day was a riot. I stand up, there was like maybe 15, 20 kids in my class, and every year I would stand up more than anybody else was. And I was in the back row. And I still stood up. He was the brightest person there. I'm not bright, but I was just the brightest person there. And but the thing is, the clothes my parents gave me, none of my brothers didn't want them. Because, you know, today people would hand their clothes down to their next brother, you know, whatever, your sisters, forget about that. But your brothers, you know, you wear them now. I wore them, I did me good now. No, I'm not wearing them. I am not going to be a comedian. There's no way. Get the hell out of here. I'd rather do drugs than do that. Okay, well, or masturbate than do. Well, you do whatever you want to do. I'm going to be a star someday. And I got my comedy from my grandfather, my late grandfather. God bless his soul. He was always funny in the family. Always funny. His name was also Jerry. And he would tell me jokes. And all of my brothers and sisters, he would talk to me about jokes all day long. And horses. He loved the horses. He'd go to OTB every day to play the ponies. He loved the horses more than he loved his girlfriend. and every time they get to an argument, like, oh, I see you got the green stuff. See, no. When you love horses more than you love your spouse, there's a problem right there. And the reason why he did that, because they didn't talk back to him. They didn't yell at him, they didn't talk back, they don't talk back. You know, so that's why he loved the horses more than he loved his women. And for my grandfather used to be, he was weird. And I know where I get it from my grandfather, because I think, you know, nobody else in my family does this, but my grandfather. He would dress up like this, but with a tie on, you know. He would go dumpster diving for bottles, get bottles and everything. And he'd walk down the road, like 2 blocks, with cans, bags full of cans and bottles to go to the store to return them. In a suit. In a suit. Who does that? You know? He even had a bow tie. They had made like 8 of them back in the 80s, early 80s. And he bought one of them. He should have bought all 8 of them, but he didn't. But he bought this tie and lit it all the time. He wore it. He wore it at my first wedding. He wore it. And the song came on, you light up my life. The die was on lighting up. It was ridiculous. My mother-in-law hated it. She really hated it. And she said to her daughter, this marriage is not going to last very long, is it? 7 years. 7 years. I have been married not once but twice, okay? Not because I was in love or anything. I used to be an alcoholic. I don't drink anymore. My first wife, she was a wino, you know, she loved to drink, and I even had a nickname for her. I used to call her Pumpkin, because every holiday she would get smashed. And the other one, I would deep sea, I found this one, she had a body of a whale. She was like Moby Dick and Free Willy at the same time. It was ridiculous. People would say, how'd you get this woman that's deep sea fishing? And she had a big mouth. This is how bad her mouth was. Every job she had, she would last no more than 2 years to get fired because of her mouth. She worked in a school, okay? All she was like write down excuses for the kids, you know, give them a hall pass and stuff like that. Easy job. This woman's mouth got her in so much trouble that she got dedicated to the senior yearbook and fired the same day. That's like getting a promotion and getting fired the same day. You know, I don't know what the hell. Here's your promotion, now you're fired. Get the hell out of here. And the reason why we got divorced after 7 years also, she said because I could not satisfy her. Girl, your vagina was so big, it was deep as between the Pacific and Atlantic Ocean. Let me tell you, that's how deep her vagina was. When it was high tide, you run for the hills. It's just ridiculous. Having sex, I had to wear a 2x4. I had to wear a man. I had to wear one of them goggles for snorkeling and the vest. It was ridiculous. It was ridiculous. You know, and I have 2 daughters, by the way. I got my oldest daughter and my oldest daughter is starting to be an archaeologist, so she's digging for her future. And my second daughter, she's starting to be a bitch. So that's what she's good at that. My youngest daughter said to me, Dad, how did we get here? I said, mixed drinks. How did you meet Mom? I said, mixed drinks. And she's like, well, you were married again a second time, right, Dad? I said, yeah. Was it because of mixed drinks? I said, no, I was deep sea fishing. I got a big mouth bass. Boy, was she big. Every time she shook, the world was shaking. Usually it was an earthquake, for Christ's sakes. So I've been engaged 20 times. I'm engaged again for the 20th time. It's my fiance up there. God bless her soul. God bless her soul. And my daughter goes, well, how did you get engaged so many times? Was it because you were, was it because you were drunk or you lost a bet? What was the reason? I said, well, my therapist told me that I needed a hobby, and being engaged 20 times was it. But my daughter goes, what was your experience like with these women? I said, well, if you go to a romantic place there and the lights go down and you fall in love, yeah, that wasn't it. Like if you go to the beach and you watch the sunset together, yeah, nothing like that. Nothing like that. It was awful. I dated women that were 16 years older than me and dated women that were 16 years younger than me. And my experience with them was the younger girl that I was dating, every time we go out on a date, the waiter would say, oh, it's good to see you. I'm glad to see you put your daughter up today, That's not my daughter, it's my girlfriend. And then when I brought dated older women, and they said, oh, is that your mother? No. That's my girlfriend. I brought my daughter, who's now 28 years old, to celebrate her birthday. And the waiter goes, oh, is this your wife? I said, not my daughter, you dumbass. What the hell is wrong with you? I get all the creepy questions. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's like, when a guy, I don't understand this, when a guy's rich, has a lot of money, and he's dating a girl that's 30 years younger than he is, he's the man. If you're me and I get a girl that's 30 years younger than me, I'm a pervert. Like, what the hell is wrong with that picture? I thought I was the man, Apparently not. So, I had a lot of experience with them. And I even dated all kinds of women. I dated tall women, short women, fat women, skinny women. I even dated a black girl one time. And you know what they say, once you go black, you never go back? 5 minutes with me, she went black. Just like that. And she says, no more Twinkies for me. She went back to the ring-dings and the ho-hos, and she, it was ridiculous. Apparently I wasn't her favorite type of guy, a Twinkie. So she done a diet and said, what the hell with that? But I've also dated a homeless girl one time. And the best thing about dating a homeless girl is you can wine them and dine them and 69 them. And when you're all done, you drop them anywhere you want, and that's where they live. date goes, it could be a great day or a bad day, you know, that's where they live. So, you know, but my experience in dating started back in 9th grade. All my bad luck with women started in 9th grade. I've known this girl practically all my life. We dated, you know, we were friends for years. And we decided in 9th grade to start going on to date each other. So we started dating. And a week later after we dated, she goes, Jerry, I got some good news and I got some bad news for you. So I'm like, great, this is going to be a short relationship. I said, well, what's the bad news? She goes, we're related. I go, what the what? She goes, yes, you're my 5th cousin. I go, what the what? Your 5th cousin? I don't remember kissing my last 4 cousins. How do you get the cousin number 5, you know? I don't understand that. I said, well, what the hell is the good news? She goes, we can still date. I said, no, thank you. I think I get to the 5th cousin, I call it quits right there. You know, I don't, no more. That's just not right. And then I went home to my mom, told my mom about this. You know what she says to me? Well, son, if it's bothering you that much, quit counting them. I was like, hey, Mom, you're my hero. So that's why my dating experience went wrong in a date because of my cousin. And you know, I didn't date anybody anymore for quite a while in school until my senior prom. And so this girl in the corner, beautiful girl in the corner. And I asked her to dance, so we started dancing. And halfway through the dance, things were getting hot and intimate. And she goes, Jerry, I can't go any further with you. I go, why is that? I said, because I'm dating your 7th cousin. Like that's it, no more dating for me. No more dating. No more dating, you know. My parents said I am their biggest disappointment. And the reason why they had more kids is trying to get rid of that disappointment, you know. How'd that work out for you, Dad? You know? Forget about that. It's ridiculous. But you know, growing up with 5 brothers is crazy because we did a lot of fighting and everything, wrestling and everything and whatnot. But you know, they all knew I was weird because we used to raise animals. We had cows that we raised. And I would tell jokes to the cows. And they was moving all over the place, you know, just moving right along. they loved the joke, but that's a weird child you got there. We can't be having this around, no way. When people come over, we tell them he's just a relative. That's all there is to that, you know. So, you know, so I said, well, this is why I do what I do, because not only do I bring joy to the world, but I like to make people laugh, and I'm, you know, I laugh at everything. I laugh at my own jokes, and people go, Jerry, you laugh at your own jokes, don't you? And I go, yeah. I go, why is that? I said, because nobody else does. But you know, I recently did a show. And this lady came to the show and she goes, Jerry, you are funny, you are hilarious, I love your set. But you remind me of so many people. You had the hair of a skeleton, you had the laughter of Jerry Lewis, and the body of Louis Anderson. I said, well, what about my face? Well, you had the face of Phyllis Diller. And I'm like, wait a minute, aren't they all dead? And she goes, yes, just like your jokes. So tonight I wrote a list here. First, I got my 8-ball. This has been you know, I tried to train this 8-ball to give me good luck, but it hasn't done anything for me. So I'm gonna talk about the 8-ball for a little bit and see how it comes out. Is everybody here having a good time? Woo! Ask me again later. Was Joe very funny tonight? Absolutely. Good going, Joe. Am I funny? Ask me again later. Will this be my last relationship that I have right now? Ask me again later. It's the ball, not me. It's the ball. I'm going over the ball thing. She got her fist up like she's going to beat me. Will I be funny tonight? Ask me again later. I'm like, hey, the 8-ball, it's no good. Is the crowd here beautiful tonight? Absolutely. Yeah. Ask the 8-ball a question.
Me?
No, the guy behind you. Yeah, you. What the hell's wrong with you?
It says, will Jerry be appearing here again?
Unfortunately, yes.
Why?
I don't know. You ask 8-ball a question.
Am I enjoying myself right now?
All right, is she enjoying herself right now? I doubt it.
Oh, he can go as long as he wants.
Yeah, you.
Tell him to come on. How much longer has he got to go?
Is Joe and her girlfriend coming to the wedding?
Girlfriend.
I mean,
Girlfriend,
three or four.
fiance, wife?
I just know he's gone 15 minutes so far.
Yeah,
Maybe.
3 or 4.
Moving a little bit quick.
Maybe. Will my girl marry me next year? Ask me that again later. Yes, Dave. You have a question for the 8 ball?
No, really.
You're scared, aren't you? How about you? 3 minutes? That's what she said. I did it in 28 seconds. Joe, question for the 8 ball.
Question for the 8 ball. Jerry, is 3 more minutes a sufficient amount of time for you to make everybody laugh?
I doubt it. How about you? You're scared too, aren't you? So, see what happens with me? This is my life. You know, people say, do women laugh at you? I said, every time I take my clothes off. And they're dying laughing on the way to Subway because they're guaranteed to get 6 inches or more.
Your story.
like, why is it that the weathermen, they say, oh, we get 6 inches, 6 to 12 inches of snow, and we don't get like 3 to 4 inches, and they still have a job. A guy tells that to a girl who's with the 6 to 12 inches, going to get 3.5 inches, and she's laughing her ass off going to Subway. So it's not about the size, this is not about the size, it's the motion of the ocean, okay? And if you're like me, I've been to the ocean a lot. I was married to the ocean. My name is Jerry with the Wild Diamond. Thank you all so much. I hope I all make you all laugh.